Hello everyone, this is Unit 4, Lesson 6, and we're talking about revision. It's just the same, we've got two boxes here. First one's talking about which here and that, as in terms of usage and taking out, as if it functions in a subject or object position. But this second box is actually about a different type of grammar rule, which is using if conditional sentence, and if conditional sentence has multiple forms, and one of the forms is using present for future indication, and the other one is using the present for another present indication. So let's just try to make a quick review here in order to work on the exercise. If you eat too much, you'll become fat. If you drive too fast, the police will stop you. Here are some more sentences like these. If you weigh 60 kilos, you will need about 2,400 calories a day. If a person eats more than he needs, his body will store extra energy as fat. As you can notice here, we're just using the simple present tense, eat and drive. And in the second part of the sentence, which is the second clause, we're actually using will to indicate future tense. But what actually we need to pay attention to is that the present tense comes with an if word, and it's followed by a comma if it comes first. So for example, if you eat too much, you'll become too fat. This is the second part, which is in the future, is a result to the first part, which might happen and might not happen. So if it happens, if you eat too much, you'll become fat. If you don't eat too much, you will not become fat. So the result is up to an if condition, whether it happens or not. Now in box B, you can see, now here's something new. Look at the sentence. Well, this is a bit different. We're still using if with a present tense, like if you eat too much. But what we want of a result, let's see if it's a result. For example, if you boil water, it becomes steam. If is just still the same, and boil is the present tense, like eat here. If you boil water, what happens? It becomes steam. It turns into a steam. It changes. This is pretty much a fact. So the first thing we could just talk about the if conditionals is the fact that there is one type of if conditionals that speak of results, and it has to do with using present tense and then future tense. But the other one, which is talking about a fact or a true or a truth, sorry, and it's all about using a present tense and then another present tense to tell you that it's going to happen at any time. It doesn't have to do with any kind of order in terms of timing. For example, if you eat too much, you'll become fat. What happens first? The first thing that happens is you eat too much, and the second thing that happens is in the future that you will become too fat. So but when it comes to a fact like this one, so you get to say there's no order. That's the same one. All right, it's in the same order. For example, if you boil water, it becomes steam. So basically that's what you get, is just a true fact. Whenever it happens as a result, as an order for it. It just turns, it doesn't need time or processing. Now let's just take a look at the exercise we got here. Look at these sentences. If you boil water, it will become steam. If you boil water, it becomes steam. I don't know, it's a difference. Yeah, it's just the will in here, and then present tense, it has difference here. It's a true statement fact, but this one is a result of the other. In sentences like these, if the result is always true, we can use the present tense. It's always true instead of the future. Now write the following 6 sentences again. First, decide if the result is always true or if it can be different. Second, if the result is always true, change the future to the present. If the result can be different, copy the sentence the way it is without any changes. For example, let's just try to work with number 1. Right? If you heat ice, it will become water. But first of all, think about it. Is it like true all the time. Yes, it is actually true. Whenever you heat ice, it becomes water, or turns into water. So basically, since it is true, as you can see, it just stays. It just turns into a present. So you say if you heat ice, it becomes water. Let's move on to number 2. If you throw something into the air, it will fall down. It's also true, actually. It's a fact. So I can say if you throw something into the air, it will fall down. Alright. Oh, sorry, it falls down. I just kind of went with the flow. Alright, let's go through for 3. If the weather becomes worse, their plane will not be able to land. Well, it just can be different case scenario, different scenario. So what you're actually going to do is just keep it the same. Now, number 4. If Ahmed passes his call leaving exam, his father will give him a car. Well, let me see here. It's actually different. So you're just going to keep it the same with the future tense. And then number 5, if it rains today, we'll go on a picnic. Is it true? It is different. You can just still make a different ending, so it's just the same here. If you give him a lot of money, he will take the job. You cannot really necessarily guarantee that 24/7, so sorry, all the time. So it's just this, if it's a different scenario, it should stay the same. Ta-da! I think we're done with this lesson. We'll go on to the next lesson next time. Thank you for following up.